Hi, my name is Mel, and I'm going to talk to you about how to protect yourself online. I'm going to base this for non-technical people. Going to try and go into a little bit of depth. And protecting yourself doesn't require a degree in computer science. It's by implementing a few habits. You can block the majority of digital threats. So just think of these steps like locking your front door or wearing a seatbelt. Simple everyday actions to keep you safe. I've said this before and I'll say it again. Use a password manager. Lock your account safely. Stop trying to memorize passwords or reusing the same ones. Use tools like 1Password or Bitwarden, which are free, to securely store all your logins, meaning you only have to remember one master password. All right? You can also use passphrases, whatever you like. Turn on two-factor authentication. This is your most powerful defense. It requires a second step, like a app sent, sent to an app or a phone or a tablet or something else, or email before allowing a login. Turn this on for your email, banking, social media, practically everything. Turn it on always. Switch to passkeys. If a website offers up a set of passkeys, say yes. Passkeys uses your device facial recognition, fingerprint scanner, or a numeric code of instead of a typed password, which hackers generally find you can't steal your face or fingerprint, but pin numbers maybe they can. But secure your devices. Um, Automate software updates. Hackers look for glitches in software. There are lists of known vulnerabilities out there to break in devices. Turn on automatic updates on any phones, any computers, laptops, and apps so they patch these safety holes without you needing to think about it. Install ad blockers on your browsers. Malicious actors sometimes buy ads that redirect you to fake websites to download viruses. Installing a trusted browser extension like uBlock Origin blocks these risky ads automatically. Now, there are some sites that don't like ads because they get them like YouTube and others. So you're just going to have to debate what you do with those. Skip public Wi Fi for sensitive tasks. Free Wi-Fi cafes or airports can and is intercepted by strangers. You can use your phone's mobile data hotspot instead, or use a VPN, and you should probably do both when logging on at a public Wi-Fi, especially if you're doing anything to do with bank or financial info. But you should do it always. And just be aware of who's looking over at information you're doing at a cafe or anywhere else that's got a public Wi Fi, okay? So just be aware of who's around you and what you're doing. Outsmart some of the scams and oversharing. So practice the pause rules. So scammers love to create a false sense of urgency, e.g., like your account's got to be closed in an hour. If you get a message, whether by email or some other, rushing you to click a link or give information, stop. Get as much information and then call the company back using a number from their official website. Check the sender's actual address. An email might say it's from a bank, but tapping on the single sender's name will reveal a messy fake address. Check if there's grammar, spellings, and just, look, I would always check. Never take anything on, keep birthdays and locations private. Do not put your kids' photos on any of the internet because it is abused, I'm telling you. Avoid putting exact date of birth or full name, home addresses, or phone numbers on any social media profiles. They collect these small details to guess security questions and steal your identity. Um, you can layer your browsers and search defenses. So you can switch your browsers. Standard browsers track your history to build advertising profiles. Use privacy focused browsers like Brave, Firefox, or DuckDuckGo, which block trackers by default. Change your search engine. Search engines like Google link your searches to identity. Use DuckDuckGo or Startpage to get web results without tracking. Block invisible trackers. Web pages contain invisible scripts that watch your clicking habits. Install Privacy Badger browser extension to automatically block spying trackers. Audit browser extensions. Malicious browser extensions can read everything you type. Delete any extension you don't know what it does or you do not use regularly. Shield your financial transactions. Again, have multi-factor authentication where banks have to contact you in some way. Like if amount, you can set an amount, usually over $100, where it checks what this. Now, never type your real credit card number into any online stores. You can use PayPal, Google Wallet. There's also services like privacy.com where you can create a free temporary burner card linked to your bank account. Single merchant limits. Lock a virtual card so it only works at one store, e.g. Netflix. If that store gets hacked, your card cannot be used anywhere else. Enable instant purchase alerts. Turn on push notifications on your banking apps for every single transaction. You will instantly spot fraudulent charges the second they happen. You prefer Apple Pay or Google Pay or some other method. When shopping online or in person, use mobile wallets. These mask your real card number from store using secure token technology. You can harden your mobile phone privacy. Revoke app possessions. Apps often track your physical location or read your contacts unnecessarily. Go to your phone settings, deny location, microphone, and camera access for apps that do not need them. Turn off diagnostic sharing. Apple and Google collect data on how you use your phone to improve services. Toggle off share analytics in your privacy settings to stop this data flow. Disable lock screen previews. Hidden scammers can look at your phone to see two-factor verification codes. Change your notification settings to show previews only when unlocked. Avoid USB charging stations. Public USB ports can and are modified to steal data from your phone. Plug your charging cable into a standard wall outlet adapter instead. And don't plug your phone into anything you don't know what it does or how it could work because you're going to get hacked. You can clean up your existing footprint. You delete old abandoned accounts. Old accounts you forgot about still hold personal data and can be leaked in breaches. Just use Dust Delete Me to find direct links for closing old profiles. Move information from data brokers. Companies actively scrape public records to sell your address and phone numbers online. You can manually request removals or use automated servers like Delete Me or Integro. Check for past data leaks like have I been pawned to see exactly which websites have leaked your data. And you would be shocked. And also too, be aware of social engineering. Social engineering is the art of manipulating people and giving up confidential information or money. Instead of hacking into a computer, the criminals hack the human using psychology. So the core concept of social engineering is a broad term for any trick where some sort of scammer or hacker pretends to be someone you to trust or someone you should trust. They use techniques to manipulate your emotions. All right, they want you to stop thinking clearly and act quickly. Scammers almost use one of three emotional triggers: fear or panic, your bank account or freezing, the police are on the way, or excitement or greed. You won a lottery, you qualify for a government grant, helpfulness or obligation. I'm from tech support, and your computers is sending out viruses of information hurting others. It can be, you need to act because I'm going to lose my job. We appeal to things. They appeal, and not me because I'm not one. The three most common scams are the specific methods criminals use to deliver their social and engineering tricks. They can usually arrive through your phone, your computer, or tablet, or whatever. So there's phishing, there's fake emails. You get an email that can look like it comes from Netflix, Australia Post, or your bank, it claims there is an issue with the account and you click a link to log in. The reality, the link leads to a fake website designed to steal your password as you type it. Smishing, which are fake text messages. A text message arrives on your phone, sometimes appearing in the exact same chat thread as your real bank or postal service messages. It says the package cannot be delivered until you pay $2 fee or a new device is logged into your banking account. The reality, they want your credit card details or bank info. Vishing, voice or phone scams and sometimes video scams. A trick, a friendly, aggressive person rings claiming to be from somewhere, Amazon, Telstra, tax office, or whatever, or your bank's fraud department. They tell you your bank or account has been compromised and need to verify your identity and ask you to download their software so they can fix it. Never, ever, ever do that. They use the software to take over your computer screen and drain your bank account or hack your other account. So never ever do that. So if you're getting someone claiming to be from anywhere, I don't care who they are, and I've said this before, check the company's website and ring the company back on their publicly official website. You can see. Talk to them about the call you get. So try and get all the details from the call, like who are you, what department, what's your phone number, what exactly are you saying, and then go, okay, just say to them, I'm going to contact your organization directly on the phone number distributed, and I will talk to them about this issue, and then they can advise me from there. And like, it's always going to be a scammer or fraudulent, someone doing something. So never click on any links. Don't click on links on your phone, tablets, emails, or other words, voice or video or other. Don't go for it. I mean, like, so what is fraud? Well, while a trick is used to fool you, fraud is the actual illegal act of stealing money or identity or information once the trick succeeds. So identity fraud. A criminal can use details they tricked you into giving, like driver's license number or date of birth, to open up credit cards or take out loans in your name or similar, hack into company sites, get information about you. Payment fraud, they can use stolen credit card details to buy items online before you notice or can do anything about it. So the golden rules of protection. While you don't need antivirus software to beat social engineering, you should have it. You can get, Windows has default antivirus. That's probably fine for some. Like, you get free or low cost antiviruses too. I would invest in antivirus and anti-malware stuff myself. Like, you don't have to spend a lot, but just get maybe some of the cheaper ones for basic stuff. Find the phone. So if you get as I said, if you get a bank or any other thing ringing up about fraud, find the phone number of the bank of your actual debit card and call them back. Never use the provided link. So if Netflix or Amazon sends an alert, do not click the link in the message. Open your web browser, type the website in manually, and log in there or call them directly. Never share codes. No legitimate company would ever ask you for the 4-digit or 6-digit verification sent to your phone. These codes are strictly for you. Say no to remote access. Never download any software unless it's by a very credentialed and very supported remote technical person, like AnyDesk or TeamViewer, because someone on the phone told you to do so. Now, if it is a technical person, you should be sign NDAs and legal requirements that we are only going to be doing stuff to help you, and that honestly, while this software can be good for our purposes to help you, they do have problems. Spam is the digital equivalent of physical junk mail, while scams and frauds are deliberate tricks designed to steal information, identity, money. Spam is usually just unwanted bulk advertising sent to millions of people at once. A lot of it can be harmful. Scammers often and do hide malicious links and codes inside spam emails, making it important to manage and block. There's types of spams. I mean, email spams, advertisement for products, cheap products, weight loss miracles, or unsolicited newsletters filling up your inbox. And you can block them and they just, yeah. Spam calls, automated robocalls offering fake insurance deals, solar panel upgrades, travel vouchers, sometimes just checking if you're there. Calendar spams, there's unwanted meeting invitations pop up automatically on your phone's calendar app. So how do you stop spam? You can cut down on spam by changing how you handle your inbox and phone. So you can use the mark as spam button. Every time you delete a spam email, you do not help the email provider learn what to do. You can click report spam or junk button instead. There's methods and means in every email system to report it. This teaches your email filter, whatever that is, like a Gmail, Outlook, to block similar emails from reaching you in the future. Create a burner email address. Websites often sell your email address to advertisers when you sign up for Discord's resort. Set up a second free email address using Gmail just for online shopping, reward programs, and public Wi-Fi logins. Keep your primary personal email strictly for friends, family, banking. Do not set, that's probably good. Silence unknown causes. Spammers use automated systems to dial random numbers. If you answer, they mark you as active and will call you more often. So what you can do on a phone is you can, on iPhones, you can silence unknown copy. On Android, you can block calls from unidentified callers. You can also, if you get a caller that is clearly some spam or telemarketer or something you don't want, you can block and report it. And you should, all right? Never click on any unsubscribe or shady emails. If an email looks suspicious or dangerous, clicking the unsubscribe button can actually backfire. Alerts a spammer that a real person opened the email, leading to even more spam. Only use the unsubscribe for legitimate brands like you recognize. All right, so I think you need to report it on your email system. There's settings you can block or work, saying, as I said, report as spam or junk, or report as harmful or malicious. There's a scam, is it Scam Watch or something? Like there's sites you can report phone numbers and links on. I think it's Scam Watch. And just be aware that these things happen. So look, just be very careful what you do. And this is like, don't go onto websites where you don't know what they do and where it could be potentially very harmful. Assume you are being tracked by somebody at all times. I would advocate people use an VPN. You can get some free ones and some very cheap ones. Virtual private network, which does offer some security, not complete security. Use browsers and search engines that don't use tracking. Install guards on browsers, to stop, going to suspicious sites or with sites that are not secure. And look, don't sort of just be very careful. Like, as I said, like on social media, do not put your information on there. And absolutely never share kids' photos on social media. I'm telling you, it is an extremely bad idea. I would not let children use any social media, period. Social media can be useful, but it's also very harmful. And unless there is a social media app or site that's very protected, like a school social media that's just for the students, they have to, go through quite very firm logins and chats, logins and secure of their identity. I mean, even then, because social media is used for bullying and harassment and for a lot of other stuff you probably don't want to know about. So keep kids off social media. And I mean, I know like a lot of kids like to live on social media, but it's not in their good health. And honestly, it's not. So if you're going to use social media, you can use it for like contacts with people or organizations you agree with or that you want to be kept in touch with. But do not give out your details, period. Change your password directly, have password managers. Just be very, very careful. I mean, like, social media can be great, but is problematic. And, like, there's a lot of psychological harm, emotional harm, and fraud and digital identities and stuff that you would be surprised the amount of information that hackers and fraudulent people can gain from social media. It's just be very careful about what you share online. And you can delete posts, but your information exists on the online somewhere. All right, and it's could be retrievable, so just be very careful. I would also probably avoid giving photos of yourself unless it's not probably generally a good idea. I would just be very careful. I think nobody needs to see photos of your genitals, so do not share those. It's not a good idea. Um, Either online social media or via the phone. Nobody wants, I mean, look, if you're proud of your genitals, good for you. I'm not a prude. I can see people's genitals and go, okay, great. But like sharing them on phones or sending them to people via text, images, or online, it's not appropriate, and potentially it's quite harassing, and it's also not great. It could be illegal and probably is in many cases. So look, just don't do it. Nobody needs to see it. Definitely do not ever show children, like, ever, but like in baths or anything like that, or partially or semi or fully naked, or don't do it. I mean, seriously. I mean, like, I know, like, you can have photos and images of your children, but do not share them out in any way that can be gotten at for somebody else. All right. Definitely never share any information about where your kids go to school. You might share information about where you work, but I would keep that fairly general and watch what you say, because all companies will monitor what you say in social media. And if they think that you are saying things, whether politically or something else, that they don't like or don't agree with, you could be in a lot of trouble and be fired. So, look, I'm just saying, like, basic online safety is just assume people are going to probably find ways of always doing the wrong thing. Some people won't, but a lot of people will, can be. I mean, companies do, in fact, look at social media of people before they hire them and while hiring them. And some of them have very strict policies about what you can and cannot share about your work on social media. And I would think you should always ask, if you're not sure, like, is it okay for me to say where I work at and roughly what I do? If it's not okay, then don't do it. If they're generally okay, they might want to say, okay, well, what are you going to say? And I think that's what you need to think through. I would give just very general information and nothing more. I wouldn't give exact position or roles, exact addresses, or anything else. So check with your company, check what they require. And because they all do check, I'm telling you, they check, and they can use this information to hurt you. Other people will use this information on social media, and they do use it to hurt you. And you don't want that. So being careful online is like also to unplug. Seriously, put down the phones and tablets and turn off your internet and computers. Go outside, just have no technology, unplug from all that. Go and meet real people. If you can't survive, like an hour without looking at your phone or being on a computer, then you've got real issues and you need to. So unplug every so often. Take take your times for mindfulness to go and meet with other people. Social media can be used for good to link people up with cause and things that they care about, but also go and meet people. Go out, go and have, a drink, whatever, at a local cafe or something. Go with friends, go to school. I don't care what you do, but get unplugged every so often. At least once a day. Go outside. Go and hug a tree or something. Pat the cat. Whatever. I mean, do unplug, and just be aware that being online can and does and has been shown to affect people, like mental health issues, psychologically and emotionally and physically. You can get eye strain and all sorts of things. So just be sensible. I mean, and also, like, the risk, unfortunately, that a lot of people who even they might do it without meaning to, or they might do it maliciously, but they will get your information if you're not careful. So I think it is incredibly important that you just use sensible procedures of how to keep yourself safe online. And if kids are going to be online, I would install the strictest of permissions and regulations in terms of your router, internet provider, and everything else as to what they can access. And they probably will need to access the internet to do classwork assignments and research. They obviously are going to need to use internet, but I'd just be very careful about, like, have net nannies or other things employed to protect them from hopefully not seeing stuff you don't necessarily want them seeing. Okay, so look, this is me, and there's a lot more to be said, but I'm sort of going to talk about this more because this is a real issue. Online safety is a big issue and it's a big problem. How do we address it? And I'm talking, like information, identity, money, but also mental well-being, physical well-being. You do not want to place yourself and others at any risk, and like that goes for your information, your identity, and everything else, money. So I'm sort of giving you very practical, down-to-earth tips that you really have to be doing, and I'll go down to some other tips that you can do in another video. Thank you.